Stay still. Take a deep breath. Can you feel it? That sudden, heavy silence that has settled over your life in the last few days. It's not a coincidence. You aren't imagining things. You have entered a new frequency, and the world, the people who used to have the power to break you, they can feel it too. They are scrambling because the buttons they used to press on your soul are no longer there. They are reaching for levers that have been dismantled by the divine. You've been noticing the physical shifts, haven't you? Perhaps it's a ringing in your ears that won't subside, or a strange pressure behind your eyes that feels like a physical shedding of an old skin. Maybe you've been waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. Your heart racing, not with fear, but with a strange electric anticipation. Your body is a biological antenna, and right now it is being tuned to a station the world cannot hear. You find yourself looking at people who used to enrage you, the narcissists, the family members who mocked you, the colleagues who tried to undermine your worth, and instead of that familiar flare of heat in your chest, you feel nothing. A profound, icy clarity. You are standing in the middle of the storm, but for the first time in your life, you are not getting wet. You are watching the raindrops fall around you, watching the lightning strike the ground at your feet, but you are untouched. This is the beginning of your immunity. You have been through the fire of the last few years, the betrayals that felt like they would end you, the isolation that felt like a prison sentence. But look at yourself now. You are still standing, and something within you has finally clicked into place. Think back to just a few months ago. One snide comment from a friend could ruin your entire week. One cold look from a parent could send you spiraling into a vortex of self-doubt and overthinking. You were an open wound and the world was full of salt. You spent hours in your head, replaying arguments, crafting the perfect comeback, wondering why they couldn't just see your light. You were desperate for their validation because you hadn't yet realized that their rejection was your protection. But that version of you is dead. It died in the silence of your hardest nights. Lately, you've noticed that when they try to bait you, when they throw those familiar hooks designed to pull you into an argument or a guilt trip, those hooks simply slide off. It's like you become made of glass. They can see through you, but they can't grab onto you anymore. You see the manipulation coming from miles away. You see the petty jealousy hidden behind their constructive criticism. You see the fear in their eyes when they realize their old tricks aren't working. They are confused. They are frustrated. They are trying harder than ever to get a rise out of you because your reaction was their fuel. You were their emotional battery, and you just pulled the plug. This is why you feel so exhausted, yet so strangely peaceful. Your energy is no longer being leaked out to people who don't deserve it. You are finally, for the first time in your incarnation, keeping your power for yourself. Do you feel that weight in your solar plexus? That's not anxiety. That's your sovereignty solidifying. You are no longer a victim of the trigger. You have become the observer. You are watching the matrix attempt to recalibrate around you, but you are moving too fast for it to catch up. The headaches you've been having, that's the old neural pathways of people-pleasing and trauma bonding being cauterized by divine light. The fatigue, that's your soul integrating a massive upgrade. You are being immunized against the low vibrational tactics of the enemy. Stay in this stillness. Don't look back. The era of you being triggered is officially over. You are wondering why this shift is happening now. You are asking yourself why, after years of being an emotional sponge for everyone else's darkness, you have suddenly become an impenetrable fortress. The reason is not biological, it is celestial. You have moved into a phase of spiritual development that the ancients called the refiner's fire. The universe has intentionally allowed you to be pushed to your absolute breaking point so that the parts of you that could be manipulated, the ego, the need for external approval, the fear of being alone, could be burned away completely. The spiritual cause behind your newfound immunity is a radical shift in your energetic signature. For years, you carried hooks in your aura. These hooks were formed by your past traumas, your childhood wounds, and the ancestral curses passed down through your bloodline. These were the entry points. When a narcissist or a toxic person entered your field, they didn't just see a person, they saw those hooks. They instinctively knew which one to pull to get a specific reaction. They pulled the abandonment hook, and you became desperate. They pulled the guilt hook, and you became a servant to their needs. But something happened in the unseen realm. The Divine Council looked down and saw that your mission was being delayed by these petty distractions. A decree was issued in the halls of light. The chosen one shall no longer be a pawn. Your frequency has risen to a level where those hooks have melted. You are now vibrating at a pitch that is dissonant to the frequency of manipulation. Imagine a singer hitting a note so high that glass shatters. That is what your soul is doing to the illusions of the Matrix. You are moving from the 3D realm of cause and effect into the 5D realm of sovereign alignment. In the 3D, if someone attacks you, you defend. In the 5D, where you are standing now, the attack doesn't even register as a threat. It registers as a noise, a low-frequency hum that has nothing to do with you. This is a spiritual law. Light cannot be triggered by shadow. Light simply reveals what the shadow is. You are no longer reacting because you are finally seeing the enemy for what they truly are. You are no longer seeing a powerful authority figure or a terrifying bully. You are seeing a hollowed-out shell, an entity that is starving for the light it can no longer generate on its own. Your lack of reaction is a sign that you have graduated from the school of karmic suffering. You have paid the debt. You have learned the lesson that your worth is not a debate. The universe has placed a seal of silence over your spirit. This is why you feel less inclined to explain yourself. You've realized that explaining your heart to people who are committed to misunderstanding you is a waste of divine energy. You are being conserved. Every ounce of energy you used to spend on defending your honor is now being rerouted into your manifestation power. You are being prepared for a massive download of abundance and purpose, but that vessel had to be made leak-proof first. If you were still triggerable, you would be a danger to the blessings coming your way. You cannot hold the weight of a kingdom if you are still crying over the opinions of peasants. The divine is stripping you of your sensitivity to the world so that you can become sensitive to the spirit. This coldness or detachment you feel isn't a loss of empathy. It is the birth of discernment. You are learning the difference between a person in need and a predator in disguise. You are being taught that your peace is a holy thing, and the entrance fee to your life has just become too expensive for the common manipulator to pay. Watch closely, for the behavior of those around you is about to become erratic. Now that you are no longer providing the supply they crave, the matrix is beginning to glitch. When a chosen one stops reacting, it creates a vacuum in the spiritual atmosphere. The narcissists, the energy vampires, and the agents of the system are used to a specific dance. They push, you pull. They hurt, you cry. But when they push and you remain as still as a mountain, they begin to panic. They aren't just annoyed that you're different. They are fundamentally terrified of your silence. To them, your peace looks like a weapon. They perceive your calm as a threat, because it mirrors back to them their own emptiness. In the unseen realm, the entities that feed off your frustration are starving. This is why you might notice the people in your life turning up the volume. Since the subtle jabs no longer work, they will move toward blatant disrespect. They will try to stage a crisis, manufacture a drama, or bring up a ghost from your past, just to see if they can find a single spark left to ignite. They are desperately fishing for the person you used to be. They are looking for that version of you that was easily controlled by guilt and shame. But they are looking for a ghost. You must understand the power dynamic here. They are not the hunters. They are the desperate. Their entire identity is built upon their ability to affect you. If they can't make you happy, they will try to make you sad. If they can't make you love them, they will try to make you hate them. Anything but indifference. Indifference is the one thing they cannot survive. When you look at them with those new neutral eyes, you are essentially telling the Matrix that its power is an illusion. You are showing the world that you have reclaimed the keys to your internal kingdom. Notice how they start to act like children, having a tantrum. They might start smear campaigns, whispering your name in dark corners, trying to convince others that you've become cold, arrogant, or lost. Do not be fooled. This is a tactical retreat disguised as an attack. They are trying to build a cage of public opinion around you because they can no longer reach you personally. They are trying to provoke a defense from you because a defense is a form of engagement. If you defend yourself, you are still playing their game. But if you remain silent, if you remain unbothered by their lies, you become a phantom to them. You become something they cannot track or trap. They are scared because they realize they have lost their leverage. What can you threaten a person with if they are no longer afraid of being alone? How can you hurt someone who no longer seeks your approval? The enemy thrives on your need for them. The moment you realize you need nothing from the Matrix, not its money, not its status, and certainly not the validation of its broken people, you become a glitch in the simulation. You become a free agent. The narcissists in your life are currently experiencing a form of spiritual vertigo. They feel the shift in the hierarchy. They used to think they were above you looking down, but now they realize they were only standing on the pedestal you built for them with your own sacrifice. Now that you've stepped away, the pedestal has collapsed, and they are falling. Their desperation will manifest as hoovering or love bombing or perhaps sudden, inexplicable outbursts of rage. Watch it all as if you are watching a movie in a language you don't speak. It is just noise. It is just the dying gasps of a control system that has lost its grip on a chosen soul. You are the one in control now, not because you are fighting, but because you have finally stopped the war. The shift you are experiencing is not a mere psychological breakthrough. It is the fulfillment of a divine prophecy written into the very fabric of your destiny. There is a celestial blueprint for your life, and for decades the enemy has been trying to scribble over it with chaos and distraction. But the universe operates on immutable laws, and the primary law governing your life right now is the law of divine compensation. Because you stayed faithful during the years of being the emotional punching bag, because you chose kindness when you were met with cruelty, the heavens have moved to insulate you. You are being sealed for the work ahead. The theological truth is this: God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And your qualification process involved being dragged through the mud of human manipulation until you became allergic to it. You had to see the absolute worst of human nature so that you would never again be tempted to worship it or fear it. This is why you feel a strange sense of the end approaching. Not the end of the world, but the end of your era of suffering. You have reached the 7th day of your own personal creation, the point where you enter into the rest of the divine. To be untriggerable is to enter that rest. It is the physical manifestation of the scripture that promises a peace which passes all understanding. Consider the prophecy of the remnant. In every generation, a small group of souls, the chosen ones, are pulled out of the collective hive mind. These souls are the pioneers of a new frequency. The reason the world is reacting so violently to your peace is that you are a living anchor for a higher dimension. Every time a narcissist tries to provoke you and fails, you are actually anchoring light into the Earth's grid. You are performing a spiritual service just by existing in a state of neutrality. You are proving that the old laws of eye for an eye and pain for pain are obsolete. You are the living proof that a human being can be in this world but not of it. This is the deep truth. Your triggers were never about the other person. They were the check engine lights of your soul, signaling where you were still tied to the matrix. Each time you were triggered, it was an invitation to look at a part of yourself that you hadn't yet fully loved or reclaimed. Now that the triggers are gone, it means the reclamation is complete. You have integrated your shadow. You have hugged your inner child and told them they are safe. You have looked the devil in the eye and realized he was just a scared little man behind a curtain. The great work of your healing has reached a critical mass. The plan for your life from this moment forward is one of unprecedented expansion. But the universe could not give you the keys to your true power while you were still reactive. Reactivity is a leak. It is a waste of creative potential. Now that you are sealed, your words carry the weight of command. Your thoughts have the power to manifest almost instantly because they are no longer being filtered through a lens of defensive trauma. You are no longer praying from a place of, "Please save me from my enemies." You are standing in a place of thank you for the victory. This is the shift from the petitioner to the ruler. You are being moved from the outer courts of the temple into the Holy of Holies, where the noise of the world is silenced by the roar of the divine presence. You are finally ready to lead, because you can no longer be led astray by your emotions. Now the final step is the integration. You must seal this new frequency so that the world cannot seep back in. You have realized that you are no longer a victim of the trigger, but a master of the stillness. To maintain this state, you must practice the art of divine indifference. When you see the enemy approaching with their old scripts, simply breathe. Do not explain, do not defend, do not even offer a frown. Your silence is the seal of your power. It is the boundary that the darkness cannot cross. Physical grounding is your greatest ally in this transition. Your nervous system is recalibrating from years of fight or flight into a state of rest and command. Spend time with your feet on the earth. Drink water that has been blessed by your own intention. Your body is the temple, and for too long, you allowed trespassers to defile it with their drama. No more. From this moment on, you are the high priest of your own energy. If someone cannot match the frequency of peace you have cultivated, they simply do not belong in your presence. It is not mean to walk away. It is a spiritual necessity. You are protecting the light that the universe has entrusted to you. I want you to take a moment right now to feel the space around your heart. Imagine a golden shield of light expanding from your center, pushing outward until it creates a sphere of impenetrable protection around your entire body. This is the armor of God. This is the frequency of the chosen. Nothing that is sent to harm you can pass through this light. Every curse, every lie, every projection sent your way hits this shield and is immediately transformed into fuel for your own evolution. They are literally making you stronger by trying to break you. Let us seal this transition with a declaration of sovereignty. Speak these words in the quiet of your soul, or aloud if you are able. I reclaim my energy from every person, place, and timeline that has sought to drain it. I am no longer accessible to the low vibrational games of the Matrix. I am a sovereign being of light. My buttons have been removed. My hooks have been melted. I am immovable. I am unbothered. I am divine. I release the need to be understood by those who are blind, and I accept the peace that is my birthright. It is done. It is sealed. It is so. Feel that shift? The heavy air is lifted. The enemy has no choice but to fade into the background of your life, because you are no longer giving them a stage to perform on. You are moving into a season where your success will be your loudest argument. Your joy will be your greatest revenge. Your peace will be the proof of your calling. You have graduated from the fire, and you didn't even come out smelling like smoke. If you felt the truth of this message in your bones, if you felt that electric shiver of recognition, then you know this was for you. The era of the triggered chosen one is over. The era of the empowered master has begun. Do not look back at the people who couldn't come with you. Look forward to the destiny that has been waiting for you to finally get quiet enough to hear it. Claim this word in the comments. Type, "I am untouchable," to lock this frequency into your reality. Subscribe to this channel to stay aligned with the tribe of the awakened. You are not alone, you are not crazy, and you are finally truly free. Go in peace, for the war is won.